Welcome to Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. I'm your narrator, as always, Caleb J. Ross, and I'm here joined by my co-host, as always.
I don't know if you know this about me, Caleb, but I'm a massive thief. I'm a pretty cunning little thief. Remember that thing that was in your pocket earlier? Remember that thing?
Uh-huh.
I now have that thing.
Yeah. What?
I have it.
Well, be careful, it was a bomb.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang. It had when I saw that it had a lot of wires on it, I was like, this is a pretty weird lanyard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty weird.
And I did put big labels on all the wires. It said, don't cut this one, don't cut this one. By the way, these are bomb wires. It was a long label.
It was.
But it was helpful, right? It should have been.
I don't like reading.
Oh, that non-reading person over there. That was my co-host. That was Travis. Travis Terry. You guys know Travis Terry by now. And as always, we'll be taking you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, interjecting with humor, skits, and commentary along the way to make you laugh and to make us question why a video game series called Uncharted has so many maps. Did you ever think about that, Travis?
So many.
It's weird. They should call it Charted. As you may recall, at the end of the first game in the series, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, a coffin full of deadly curse dust was pushed into the ocean. Well, takes care of that.
Yes, thus leaving us with a very loose end that I bet listeners can't wait to tie up in this episode of Tales of the Lesser Medium, where we tell you the story of Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. And you might assume that Nate is among some thieves who will be dragging that old coffin back up to the surface.
You would think, right? Take care of it properly. Bad news, though, listeners. Actually, Uncharted 2 doesn't even address the whole underwater coffin thing from the end of Uncharted 1, which is super weird, considering the very likelihood of a submerged coffin being brought up from the ocean depths. I mean, that is the entire impetus to all of the bad stuff that happened in Uncharted 1. I think maybe Nate should have done more than just simply put the deadly coffin back where he found it, because, you know, that obviously wasn't a very good hiding spot.
Right? And one would think Nate and company must be pretty confident that curses and magic death zombies are no longer a threat. That's behind Nate and the gang now, or more literally, beneath them. It would be understandable for folks to think we'll not see anything of that ilk, of the ookie dookie spooky nature in Uncharted 2, which would be good, as like a lot of people, I think some of the supernatural elements are a little too wacky backy tacky.
Oh boy, Travis. Well, I've got some bad news for you wacky backy tacky haters out there.
Well, hey, don't tell them. I don't want anyone's strong desires for Uncharted 2's complete absence of magic death zombies to be ruined this early. Let's instead focus entirely on Uncharted 2's avoidance of unbelievable wacky baggy tacky events. Some folks are here for a nice adventure grounded in reality, unlike that Tomb Raider with all the weird pyramid aliens and zoo murder and pointy tank tops.
Yeah, it was just the tank top that was pointy, right? It's armor.
Right.
All right, so fine then. So our story opens with an epigraph from famed explorer Marco Polo, as recorded from his deathbed in 1324. I did not tell half of what I saw, for I knew I would not be believed.
Well,
it was unbelievable stuff already.
Yep, not spilling the beans on the weird shit is going to be more difficult than I thought, I guess.
Yeah. So do you want me to continue to annoy those wacky backy tacky haters?
No, let's just let it ride. Let's just let it ride. You know, some can still choose to believe in a world where Nathan, Elena, and Sully single-handedly save the world from magic death zombies and can now finally focus on finding real treasure. I respect that desire. Never go full Crystal Skull.
Well, I got to correct you a little bit. I mean, they didn't single-handedly do it. They have like 6 hands in total.
God damn it. All right. Well, you know, I'm not sure I actually believe this quote from Marco Polo that you just read, because according to History.com, very reputable source of history, many historians believe much of Marco Polo's writings are complete horse shit. Also, when he said this quote, he was on his deathbed due to quote-unquote consumption, which could mean anything from the flu to cancer to eating too many pizza rolls, and could even include, I'm going to say, a terminal case of the liar pox.
Well, regardless of Marco Polo's, you know what? Pizza rolls sound pretty good right now. Regardless of Marco Polo's real world exploits, whether they are real or not, we open Uncharted 2 with Nathan Drake, titular star of the first Uncharted game, alone in what appears to be a train car.
Yes, titular star Nathan Uncharted. What a guy. What a guy.
I hate you. Okay, so he's the subtitular star of the first Uncharted game, which was subtitled Drake's Fortune. Okay, are you on board now?
Sure. Okay.
This crazy train of ours?
It's going to get crazy.
Anyway, Travis. So we open up to a shot of Nathan Drake alone in what appears to be a train car. All in all, he seems, pretty relaxed. All the room in the world to stretch his legs. A bit beat up, perhaps, with a little blood on his face. But that's par for Nathan's course. Maybe he's nursing a hangover following some drunken fisticuffs the night prior.
Right. Or he has pizza roll consumption. I've had it. It's hard to move afterward. Also, an empty train car, it does seem like a nice place to recuperate. I've always wanted to ride to Hogwarts on that magic wagon them kids glide in on at the beginning of each movie. I really want a nice ride on a train. I've never been on a train.
Psych! He's not relaxing in that train car. Yeah. A quick and very dramatic camera rotation later, we learn that Nathan is not leaning back in a train car seat, but is instead held into the back of a train car seat by gravity.
Oh.
Nature's Hitler, as the very train car he is inside dangles over the edge of a cliff. It's that same feeling you get like when you take off in an airplane and you're kind of forced into the back of your tiny seat. Inertia, I think they call it. G-forces, maybe?
Perhaps.
Only this traditionally like horizontal train is just completely vertical. It's hanging off a cliff.
Huh. Not typical train behavior, I assume. And again, I've never been on one.
No.
Okay.
It's not, to all of my understanding of trains as well. So as Nathan, he regains consciousness, he realizes he's been shot or like stabbed or violently prodded to some degree maybe. But no matter the method, he is bleeding from the gut a lot. Now, thankfully, the shooting, stabbing, or prodding injury didn't affect his ability to climb along the outside of this dangling train up to within arm's reach of solid snowy ground. Here, he sees for the first time just how near death he was. The train that he's on had jumped some unseen track and has slid to a stop with the bent train's fulcrum only feet from the cliff, meaning any shift in weight, even the mere weight of an adult human male, stands to send the train and its adult human male baggage tumbling to the valley below. And this is exactly what happens. The train begins to slide further over the cliff. So Nathan, he's got to climb faster and he has to further kind of shift his weight, hastening that train slide toward death until he makes a final heroic leap, grabbing the cliff's edge just as the entire train plummets to the valley below.
Oh my gosh, what a start, man. If you've ever seen a cat try to climb a blanket draped over the back of a couch and the blanket starts to fall as the cat tries to climb. It's like that. That was probably already clear to everyone, but I recently read that describing complex ideas using familiar visuals help people better understand those complex ideas. And cats are funny, so it seemed appropriate.
Oh, this reminds me. We probably need to give our agent or manager or whoever it is that handles the advertising stuff for us. We need to get them to contact that company that makes blanket lube, because that makes the whole cat thing way funnier.
I agree.
There you go. An exhausted Nathan relaxes into the cold snow of the steady earth below him. It's a well-deserved rest for Nathan.
From a steep train to a sleep train.
Oh, I love it. All right, so let's fade out as Nathan falls asleep and fade into a different moment in time, assumedly the past, where Nathan sits at a tropical cabana sipping a bottled beer alone. He seems to be enjoying himself until some Gavin Rossdale-looking creep starts chatting him up. Did I say creep? Well, I meant like long-lost friend. It turns out Nathan and this guy, Harry Flynn, have a history, and this unexpected reunion shifts Nathan's sadness to happiness instantly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I say Gavin Rossdale looking, but to me, this guy, he looks more like a sewer rat, lathered itself with snot just enough to squeeze into an Ed Hardy knockoff t-shirt.
Oh, man, I've seen that guy a lot, actually. That's a familiar look. And I'm surprised he was able to get in that shirt given the size of his machine head. It's better than the rest. green to red machine head. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
You nailed it. God, that was good.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what's the occasion of Mr. Flynn's sudden appearance? Well, apparently he has a job that he'd like the two of them to work together on.
Oh, and the word job means different things to different people. To some folks, it's a thing that earns you legitimate money in society. To some others, it's a word you attach to fun sexual acts. And for Harry and Nathan, it's just plain old robbery. That's all it is.
Thank you, Travis, for that.
Just a little rob job.
So Harry would like to do a robbery job with Nathan, specifically a robbery of some stuff from a Marco Polo museum exhibit in Istanbul. It's for a rich client, though, so it's not completely immoral, right? I mean, it's kind of they're getting money for this job. But Nathan is wary of the job, citing a history of failed attempts and deaths over the years as other robbers attempted to steal from this particular museum. But Harry is insistent and even brings on another team member, Chloe Fraser, as evidence of his commitment to see this job through. After some polite introductions, eventually Nathan does come around, motivated by the potential to locate a long-lost fleet of treasure-filled ships that belonged to Marco Polo himself.
The same Marco Polo who historians agree lied all the time and is hard to find in a swimming pool?
The very same.
Wow.
It turns out that the green lamp this client is paying our trio to steal from the museum is actually an important clue for finding the much more valuable lost fleet of ships. They must steal the lamp from the museum, and then, instead of giving it to their wealthy client, they must keep it for themselves in order to find the lost fleet. Or, as Chloe says about their scheme,
we're dicking this guy over, right?
Damn straight.
Absolutely.
You in then?
So you heard it. She says, we're dicking this guy over, right?
Interesting. And you know, Nathan Drake and Nick Cage are always stealing things from museums, but have we tried asking the museums if we could borrow it first? It never hurts to ask, does it? Jeez.
So fade out from this scene, and we cut back to Nathan, who, as a reminder, is lying semi-conscious atop a snow-covered mountain where he earlier climbed out of that derailed train. He hobbles his way through flaming train wreckage, picking up guns and ammo along the way, ammo from dead soldiers or henchmen or wrong place, wrong time locals. Bullets is bullets, right? So Nathan's casual approach with these bodies tells us that he must have been involved in their demise, and possibly involved in the demise of the train itself. I mean, where Nathan Drake goes, wreckage and death follow. We've learned that. He continues navigating the wreckage while shooting a few remaining soldiers.
Or locals.
And eventually he succumbs to exhaustion or blood loss or both, and he just passes out in a train car.
Huh, man, this dude is loving some train naps and honestly getting me more excited to try a train ride out. And to point out, this part of the train where Nathan gets a nap in is on steady ground and not dangling off anything. It's hard to get a dangle nap in. It's hard to get one in.
So, he fades out. He goes back to Dreamland or wherever he goes, which is represented in the game by another fade out. So we're fading out again. There's a lot of fade outs and fade ins. Keep up, listener. We're fading out again. And we're also cutting back to the past. This time we're in a hotel room. Nathan is in a hotel room where a knock at the door wakes him up. And it's Chloe Fraser, the woman we had just met, standing at the door. Now Nathan pulls her inside, and here we learn that Nathan and Chloe actually knew each other prior to the introductions at the cabana, and in fact, have a bit of a romantic history.
Well, I'm finding it hard to keep up here already. So Nathan and Chloe are dicking over Harry. And, I mean, where's Tom? If we get Tom, then we get Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Nathan and Chloe can just watch. Or is Nathan Dick and Chloe while Harry and Tom watch? Or is Tom simply Harry? Like he has like excessive body hair and
Travis. Look, you're confusing me. You're making this whole situation much hotter. I will agree. but you have to remember, Harry looks like if someone forced their paradoxically hairless cat to wear a tiny toupee made out of bacon, grease, and pubes. So this guy getting dicked over, he just kind of feels like that's what should be done. So all of this makes sense.
Okay, so Tom is the cat. Tomcat. Okay, I got it. We got it. I got it.
All right, sure. If that helps you keep things straight, then I'll agree with you. You got it. Though this rocky romance between Chloe and Nathan, along with their combined dicking over of Harry, it feels game-changing, the truth is, Chloe suggests that the heist should actually just go on as planned, right? Like, they break into the museum, they get the lamp, they find the ships, and they split the spoils 3 ways and then disband, with Harry going his way and Chloe and Nathan going their way, together as a still secret pair. Chloe insists, though, that Harry should never find out about her and Nathan's history, nor their post-heist reunion.
All these secrets are just little seeds being planted for some intriguing, plot-relevant backstabbery to come.
If I didn't know better, Travis, I'd say you've played a video game before.
Yeah, well, 1 or 2.
So then you probably expect yet another fade to happen, which is what happens right now. So there's another fade. This time, we're back at the train again. It's crazy. So we're back at this train following Naked Nathan's second nap of the journey. Now, as a reminder, this is the nap where we left him earlier following his firefights with those few remaining bad guys or good guys.
Right. The solid ground nap, not a dangle nap. I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm. So after waking, Nathan, he trudges his way through the snow until finding some kind of ornate ceremonial dagger stabbed into the snow. Nathan's reaction implies that this dagger is somehow responsible for all of the destruction that's happened as of late, and that acquiring it means that Nathan can say goodbye to this dumb, cold, bloody mountaintop.
Right. And again, having played video games before, usually when you find the mysterious thingy, then we're pretty much done. You can go ahead and roll them credits.
Well, no. Well, technically we actually are close to the credits, but, that's just the sort of false comfort that chronologically confusing time jumps will cause. Speaking of which, guess what we're going to
do? Jump back to the past.
We're going to jump back to the past. Yeah. So okay. we go back to Nathan, Harry, and Chloe. And they're approaching a clifftop riverside museum at night via a small inflatable paddle boat. We catch them bickering about last-minute plans with a strange amount of time given to Harry's complaint about not being allowed a gun. Now, why would he be so insistent about needing a gun if they're meant to sneak in and sneak out silently? It's quite a mystery.
I guess. Every plan A needs a plan B. I'm with Harry here, I think. Plan A is to sneak in and be quiet. And when that inevitably goes awry, we've all played video games, plan B is always murder all the things in sight until plan A can be resumed. So, yeah, I think that's how it goes. Also, Harry, just like Gavin Rossdale, is yearning for murder. So,
I don't know if I read that issue of Us Weekly.
You know what? My mistake. I don't think I meant Gavin Rossdale there. I might have been thinking of a different guy. Never mind.
Probably, but maybe not. So your plan A and plan B logic, it remains sound, I suppose. I'll give you that. Mystery solved then, right? So that's why he wants a gun. Good, let's move on. So Chloe docks their raft beneath an open sewer drain, through which they breach the exterior of the museum, arriving in these aqueduct-looking corridors below ground. The 3 split into 2 groups. Chloe goes down a tunnel leading to the spotlight controls, while Nathan and Harry, they look for a way up and into the museum proper. Once inside, the 2 boys jump from convenient shadow to comically wide pillar to way more than waist-high decorative architecture feature, choking and punching their way through lots of inept guards until finally reaching the top of the central tower where the lamp awaits.
Oh, yeah. And no offense to any museum guards out there listening. I know we have a few. But I'm going to bet these guys were not at the top of any class. Like, name a class. Any class. Nope. Just weren't.
In order to ensure the lamp's authenticity, Nathan, he destroys it. Yeah, remember, they are after a clue inside the lamp, not the lamp itself.
Ah, right.
And inside, they find a cloth map with the words, "Don't break the lamp." I'm just kidding. There are words, though, there, and they're revealed only when the light of Khan, as it says, is lit on fire.
Yeah, it's like when, as a kid, you would heat up lemon juice to reveal secret messages, or to make that relative in cat terms, it's like heating up a cat to reveal your inner serial killer or your inner Gavin Rossdale. No, wait, damn, who am I thinking of? Anyway, did you ever do that, Caleb, with the lemon juice?
No, not at all.
Okay.
We weren't rich enough to afford lemons. What are you, crazy? Come on, that's rich people food. Anyway, the term light of Khan, as it turns out, is coined for the flammable resin also found within the lamp. The revealed map points them in the direction of Borneo, where Marco Polo's treasure fleet was shipwrecked by a tsunami. The author of the map, assumedly Marco Polo himself, believes that the tsunami was retribution, something called the Curse of the Chintamani, after he stole treasure from Shangri-La. Oh. Nathan takes a few moments to get turgid over the idea of finding this fabled Chintamani stone, while Harry gets super flaccid over the idea of being caught by the sure-to-come backup security guards. And well, here is where the facade also limpens. Harry turns on Nathan.
He turns on Nathan. I thought we were getting limp.
Got it. Why, Iona? So Harry does some backstabbery to Nathan. How's that? Is that better?
Kind of.
And this is to nobody's surprise except Nathan. The museum display glass they've heretofore taken care not to touch for fear of triggering an alarm. Well, Harry shoots all that glass out with his secret confiscated gun.
He jumped to plan C.
He did. Now, with those alarms now triggered, Harry escapes the museum with the new map, leaving Nathan alone to get caught by the onslaught of new, non-inept security guards.
Man, Harry complaining about not having a gun while 100% having a gun just because he's worried about his gun not being strong enough to sound the alarm was really something else. Like, hey guys, do you have a spare gun for me? One strong enough to trigger an alarm if someone were to shoot it?
Why, Harry? We're trying to be sneaky, not sound alarms.
Right. Well, I mean, that complete hypothet, I like to abbreviate hypothetical. Complete hypothet here. What if we decide we do want alarms and then we start firing our guns off and we can't get them to sound? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Right? You should.
Okay. I have questions why you chose to abbreviate the word and then also spend many seconds explaining that you abbreviated it, which seems like it would really sort of, contradict the time saving there.
Just kind of front loading it because I'm going to be using hypothet a bunch after. I thought maybe at the beginning, like, go ahead, define what I'm talking about. And that way I can hypothet, I can keep talking about it. And hypothet, you won't worry about how I'm abbreviating it. You won't be like, what's he talking about? So that's why I do.
I mean, the more you say it, the cooler it does sound. I will give you that. I mean, hypothet, I could just make out with you right now.
Oh, you know what? You're making my gun pretty big right now. I bet I could sound an alarm with it right now.
Oh, man. Go ahead and sound that alarm. Go ahead and trip that wire. All right. Well, we got to get past this. I mean, what's the best way for us to just quickly move on to a completely different world, right? A fade. Let's do a fade.
To the past. We get it.
No. It's the future this time. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Where Nathan is alone, lying on a bed in a stone Turkish prison. Oh. But, he's not alone for long. Enter Sully. Oh. He's back. Yes. Sully.
Yes.
He's both Nathan's partner in crime and his funding source, and he's brought company. Chloe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Nathan is not happy to see one of these people. Can you guess which one?
Is Sully's cigar an option? That thing has a mind of its own and fingers of its own. And you know what? The fingers are the problem. For me, anyway.
Well, you're not wrong. Nathan does comment on how much the cigar stinks. But the answer I'm looking for is Chloe.
Oh.
Now, remember, Nathan has every reason to believe that she was in on Harry's double crossing. After all, she is on the opposite side of the jail bars right now.
Right. So it's Chloe and Harry, Dick and Nathan. And Sully is Tom. Wait, but Sully's not a cat. I'm close, though. I can feel it. Nope, that's just my cat on my own lap. No, never. Sorry, go on. I'm getting close, though.
But Nathan's anger gets trumped by his intrigue, not when Chloe denies any knowledge of Harry's double-crossery, but instead when Sully and Chloe mention that Marco Polo's fabled fleet of lost treasure ships has been found. Yeah. A promise of treasure just seems to immediately nullify any accusations of double-crossing, dicking overing. Though the ships have been found, the finders are, unfortunately, Harry Flynn and his client, who we learn is a guy named Lazarovich. Apparently, this Lazarovich is a bit of a nutcase, so says Chloe, and so agrees Nate and Sully, as evidenced by their unwillingness to call Chloe out on her name-calling.
Hey, Chloe, easy. We don't know this guy, and you're going to start pushing the term nutcase around all willy-nilly? Girl, you better check yourself, and I don't see nutcase anywhere in the DSM-5. In fact, actually, no, this is a 3, but I'm pretty sure it's not in 4 or 5, okay?
So here we are. Nate, Chloe, and Sully. They're teaming up to find the Chintamani stone before Harry and Lazarovich do. The first step is to get a hold of Marco Polo's journals, which Lazarovich keeps close to his person. Nate is confident he can decipher the journals, where Harry and Lazarovich have failed.
Now, how would you describe these journals, Caleb?
I would say they are the type of journal that's filled by the confused mind of a pre-adolescent Lazarovich, right? And they're probably covered in, like, Lisa Frank stickers.
Oh, well, then that's cute. I'm thinking one of the entries is like this. I'm going to channel my 10-year-old Lazarovich. Dear diary.
Very
Nancy.
deep voice for a 10-year-old.
Yes. In my village, most of the boys hit puberty right around 8 and a half. Dear diary, Nancy touched my hand today. I felt like I was going to throw up all over my evil henchman.
And he gets henchmen. All right.
I liked her touching my hand. And she should be impressed to find out that at age 10 I have henchmen. I guess hench boys is more apt, but again, I am 10. Chicken nuggets fucking rule, by the way, man. I had the hench boys round up more nugs from some of the weaker kids so that I could have so many more nugs than the others and enjoy my income-based school lunch like a king. I was going to offer some of me extra nugs to Nancy, but she wasn't at lunch today because of all the diarrhea that's been going around. So I ate all of the nugs myself, and now I have diarrhea. Real bad too, and I'm left thinking that maybe her and I are having diarrhea at the same time together, but apart. Like staring at the same distant star at the same time, but actually pouring our intestines out in harmony. Anyway, that's it for today. Also, the band Alien Ant Farm, pretty cool. Like them a lot.
I could read that entire journal. So let's do another quick cut here. Let's cut to a jungle in Borneo, where Sully and Nate trudge through swamp water and mosquito orgy mist, while Chloe positions herself as a diversion. Now remember, Harry still assumes Chloe is on side, so it won't be awkward when right as Nathan is about to grab the journal, she yells, "What's that over there?" in the opposite direction of Nathan Drake. But she's not the clever diversion. She's the diversioner. See, not the diversionee. See, she has planted explosive charges near Lazarovich's camp, and those explosions are the diversion. So Nate and Sully stealth kill their way through bored, unaware guards and past easily toppled boulders. But you know what they don't see in this jungle?
Lara Croft.
Yes, but also animals. This is the only jungle in the world without animals. It seems weird.
Well, I mean, that makes it more clear that Lara Croft has been here.
Why would she stick around once she's killed all the animals?
Right. No fun to be had.
That's right. So anyway, once they're at the camp, they crack some human necks and pierce some human hearts with human-made bullets. Once the camp is void of humans, Nate and Sully plant a few more explosive charges immediately surrounding the camp. The detonation draws Lazarovich and his closest minions, including Harry Flynn and the double-dick-overing Chloe, out into the brush, giving Nate just enough time to grab the journals and read them, like, out loud, like, still in the camp.
Man, why doesn't he ever just grab the stuff he's stealing and leave to examine it in a safe place? That would have avoided so many unnecessary extended shootouts and encounters. Man, just tuck and run.
No. See, that's why they don't do that. This is a damn video game. Pondering clues in a safe harbor is boring. So after reading the journals and realizing that the Chintamani stone is actually still hidden, Marco Polo, he never found it, a new group of henchmen soldiers descends upon Nate. Nate chucks a few grenades and sends them flailing into the air like convulsing marionette puppets. Yeah. Via the journals, Nate has learned of something Marco Polo refers to as the, quote, dreadful cargo, which apparently forced Marco Polo to abandon much of his crew on this island while he sailed back to Shambhala or Shangri-La. Both terms are used.
Wow, must have been some seriously dreadful cargo for him to just abandon his crew like that. One must wonder, was it coffins full of magic zombie dust? Because it's almost wacky-backy-tacky o'clock in this game.
You know, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Well, let's find out. So as they search for an exit off the island, they happen upon a cave filled with dead bodies. They quickly surmise that this must be where Marco Polo's abandoned crew were left to die. Inside this makeshift crypt, they find a furba, which means nothing until you realize this furba is the very same golden daggery thing that Nate recovered in the snow during the intro scene of this very video game that we're talking about right now. These pieces, they're all coming together.
Oh, man. I mean, are they? Right now?
Not quite. So things are still confusing as hell, but we'll iron all of that out as best we can. So this furba thing, along with the map it was found wrapped inside of, does point the group toward Tibet as the next logical place to visit on their quest to find Shangri-La and the Chintamani Stone.
Man, first, a furba sounds like the way people from Louisiana would say Furby. Dad, I want a furba for Christmas. Anyway, now Nate and crew have to get off of this island without being found by Harry and Lazarevich or whatever his name is. So let's just do it. Lazarevich.
Diarrhea.
Does it have a G? It's got a G in it, no?
But they almost actually do get off this island without being found, but not quite. Harry does find them. Harry then steals the map from them. But with Chloe's help, Nate and Sully are able to at least get away with the furba.
My furba needs more batteries.
Chloe stays back to continue her double crossery, dickery, ovary, vaginery. So we cut this time to Nepal in Tibet, where Nate drives a Jeep way too fast down the street of a Tibetan city en route to meeting Chloe in a local market. Of course, no drive can be casual in Uncharted. Within moments, an enemy Jeep crashes into Nate, forcing him to run the rest of the way on foot. Well, as much as he can, anyways, between shootouts with waves of Lazarevich's goons.
Ah, man, that's just Jeep life, my dude. I have a Jeep too, and I'll be damned if I can't get halfway down the street without flipping it onto its top and then having to shoot my way through. Anywhere between 13 to 15 hench people as I trek the rest of the way on foot. It's a mess.
It's strange that your value range is clamped to 13 and 15. That seems like an intentional range, Travis. I have a hard time believing that it's never just 4 or 5. 13 to 15 seems very, very like you're trying.
I mean, it's never just 4 or 5.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll believe you then.
It never has been.
According to Chloe, the city has been bound up in a civil war for years, which thankfully means that the many, many upcoming shootouts will not risk citizen entanglement, as any citizens have long emigrated out of the city.
Well, that's good. And gives Nate a good excuse for driving around a little haphazardly for fear he might become a casualty of the ongoing civil war. My excuse is just simply that I own a Jeep and need to get to Food Lion.
Once reunited with Chloe, sexual tension turns to witty banter, which lures the conversation toward Uncharted 2's first blatant coincidence.
Uncharted 1 was almost entirely propelled by coincidence, so we're actually doing good story-wise here.
Unsure where to go next, Nate lifts the golden furba dagger and just so happens to align an emblem on its hilt with a matching emblem on a nearby archway. Nate makes a pretty wild leap that they've now got to find a temple with the matching symbol to continue forward on their treasure hunt.
Well, now I'm just picturing Shaq say Furby. I'll pass it to Kobe. Kobe pass it to me. I'll go for the dunk. We win the championship. Then I buy a nice furba.
Nate and Chloe gunfight their way to the top of a tall hotel to get vantage over the city. From there, they do spot their temple on the horizon, but they also manage to get the attention of a well-armed helicopter.
Oh, boy.
Piloted by a guy who either really hates Nate or really loves sharing bullets with people at very high speeds. The one positive about this helicopter being anti-Nate is that things that are anti-Nate usually end up anti-alive.
We are in the foreplay stages of an exploding helicopter in yet another Tales episode, and that has me filled to the brim with witty sexual tension. Please hurry. Get to the description of the splody chopper, please. Waste no more time.
Please don't talk about your erection and then use the word splody.
Splody chopper.
Gross.
That's what I call it when I do a little spinny maneuver, and I say, "This is my splody chopper."
Gross. So let's describe this. Then I guess I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to keep you turgid. You sexy co-host, you. A few well-placed RPG grenades later, and this helicopter is taking a flaming trip to helicopter hell.
Goosh. That got me.
But the journey to the... You can take the microphone out of your pants now. We heard the sound.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
All right.
But the journey to the emblemed temple of coincidences isn't all flowers and skipping and puppies and brownies and tap dancing octopuses. No.
Oh. Let me guess. Something completely nonsensical happens, like, I don't know, Elena, the reporter from the first game who has so far been completely unmentioned in the second game, she just inexplicably shows up.
Yep.
It's a real good thing I played the game before and glimpsed at the notes before we recorded.
Yeah, you still get things wrong sometimes.
Hey, I'm getting better, though.
Yeah, incremental. Even stranger than the coincidence that you correctly guessed. She's surprised to see Nate. Like, okay. So this means that her being here is 100% a coincidence. It has nothing to do with Nate. Wow. At least not like directly. So it turns out Elena is also trying to find Lazarevich, but not because of his ties to treasure. Rather, Lazarevich is tied also to war crime atrocities.
Ooh.
Elena is here to prove to NATO that the evil man is alive, as they've written him off as dead. Her goal is to bring Lazarevich to justice. Nate's goal is to steal stuff before Lazarevich can steal stuff. So you may be sensing an impending rift between these two, where they argue over the nobility of each other's goals.
Right, but all fodder for sexual tension. And why wouldn't these folks be on high horny alert, given the number of coincidental run-ins with each other and the obvious absence of other human beings, especially since Nathan kills every other moving human he encounters? There's, by my count, only like 8 other people on this planet. I bet they're horny as the dickens for any human connection.
I know if I see someone like at the grocery store and then just happen to see them pumping gas 2 hours later, my first thought is, we should probably plow. So I don't know. Like, that's the universe telling you stuff. Now they're meeting up across the world. Like, they should definitely be in each other.
I love you just peeking around the pump slowly. We should plow. And that guy's like, huh?
Like, I saw you. You were shopping early, right? Yeah. So, I mean, what aren't you getting here, man?
You want me to fill you up?
But yeah, you're right. I mean, they should definitely be horny as the dickens for any human connection. I agree. So Chloe, she enters the room soon after, and there's some introductions. They're short-lived, however, because a helicopter, presumably not like a ghost helicopter risen from the furnaces of helicopter hell, just a regular old helicopter, it shows up to chase the group of now 4. Oh yeah, Elena's cameraman is here too. She has a cameraman this time. She's moving on up in the world.
Wow.
And so it chases them through the city to the emblemed temple. Elena quickly sees through this particular arrival's coincidence. Even their escape is in service to Nate's lust for treasure. Elena's anger builds, but without anywhere else to go, she concedes to entering the temple with Nate and Chloe.
Hey, I really feel for the cameraman. Like, hey guys, nice to meet you. I'm Lance, the cameraman. I just follow Elena around and document her search for Lazarevich for her case against him with NATO. So you guys seem hardcore. I'm sure I'm in good hands with you guys. Okay, great. We're going to enter this here temple, I suppose. All right, let me just go ahead and set the camera to a low light setting. And okay, here we go. I am so excited. Oh, man. Yeah, he has no idea.
I hate his voice and want to kill him. I hope he dies. Once inside, Nate and Chloe must manipulate the arms of a giant statue of Vajrakealaya.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. there we go. To reveal a keyhole into which the golden dagger fits. This sequence reveals a set of stairs circling downward into an underground hallway of sorts, at the end of which sits a giant domed room with yet another ridiculous golden dagger puzzle. Solving that puzzle nets our Uncharted heroes yet another map to their next destination.
I mean, we brought it up before, but it seems to be very little around here was left uncharted. In fact, everything feels pretty goddamn charted around here.
Unfortunately, as with all previous times Nate finds a massive clue, the bad guys show up to take it from him. Harry and Lazarevich snatch Nate's new map, they snatch the golden dagger, and they kill Elena's cameraman.
Guys! Oh, what the hell? Oh, you were supposed to protect me! Tell my kids I love them. Oh, God, why?
And here Chloe jumps sides again. Or at least pretends to. We're not really sure. Either way, she leaves with the two evil goons. Now, narratively, this pattern of bad guys showing up when the clues are found is a clever way to show off Nate's casual, witty confidence in the face of danger and also allow the conflict to fester. But this works, not just narratively speaking, this dumb shit also makes sense coincidentally speaking, which, as we know, as this game series will say, strong suit.
Indeed.
Now, just a team of two, like the good old Uncharted 1 days, Nathan and Elena manage to punch their way out of the situation. They escape to a nearby building where they have a few moments to chat. Nate says the next move is to rescue Chloe. Now, given that Chloe just recently pulled a gun on Nate and waltzed off with Harry and Lazarevich, Elena is understandably mystified. But she ultimately goes along with Nate. What the hell else can she do? So they are off to a nearby train station to rescue Chloe.
I tell you what else she could do. She could have a moment of silence for Lance. She never even brings him up again. And you know what? Too often things are just left unsaid. She could say something like, "Hey, Nate, happy to help. Real quick, though, I just watched Chloe pull a gun on you and leave with the bad guys. What are your thoughts on that?"
Yeah, to which Nate would respond, "What about Lance? You didn't even have a moment of silence for Lance. You're a jerk. I'm not talking to you anymore, especially about Lance and Chloe and Lance."
Well,
but mostly Chloe.
That's fair. Wait, who was Lance?
Is that the name of my camera? I love that camera.
I thought it was a Kodak.
Man, I do not know how to pronounce things. That's weird. The train holding Chloe along with Lazarevich and Harry Flynn departs, forcing Nathan and Elena to chase it down out into the jungle wilderness of Borneo, where Nathan leaps from their getaway car onto the train and shoots and punches his way along the top of the train cars in what is one of the coolest levels ever in terms of technical game design. But I won't bore you with that here.
Too bad, because it's good stuff.
However, this train fight isn't all just fists and guns and cool level looping tricks. There's also a helicopter that Nate gets to shoot down.
Oh, if anyone out there was starting to get a little lightheaded, you'll be happy to hear that more helicopter meat is to be served.
Eventually, Nate reaches Chloe, or better said, Chloe reaches Nate. See, at the climax of an epic fist fight with a bad guy, just when Nate seems done for, Chloe shows up with a gun and a bag of rescue sauce. Nate is, of course, thrilled for the rescue, but delight turns sour when Chloe tells Nate to get off the train. She no longer wants to partner with him.
And she is not happy. We have to wonder, is it because she really is a double crosser over her? After all, she did just save his life.
Nope. It's just like lame jealousy stuff. Yeah. She's jealous of Elena. That's all. That's it. No more. So Nate's entire death-defying trek along this mountainside train ends with Chloe not liking that Nate once hung out with a girl. And remember, this is a person who is actively romancing the bad guy in front of Nathan's face. Even worse, their argument buys Harry Flynn just enough time to show up and shoot Nathan in the gut.
The same gut he was bleeding out of when he awoke in the derailed train at the very beginning of today's adventure?
The very same gut.
Wow. I gotta say, though, that fucking sucks to get shot right in your flashback wound. I mean, gosh dang, that thing just never goes away. It's forward, it's backwards, it's forward, it's backwards. It's always there.
You're adorable. So the level design, yeah, it's not the only thing that loops. Uncharted 2, you're a damn smart game, you know? Looping those wounds. So Nathan hobbles away from Harry and his henchmen, Harry and his Henchersons, eventually resting. I don't know, that just brought me infinite joy just now. Nathan hobbles away from Harry and his henchmen, eventually resting in a train car conveniently full of flammable propane bottles. With one bullet, he blows the entire scene into the past.
As yet another coincidence, the train was traveling 88 miles per hour. A lot of people don't know that. So
we cut to the past, but like as the present, where the opening scene is back, but this time is allowed to play out without all the blood loss inducing passing out and flashbacks. I mean, those things still happen, presumably, but we don't have to witness it all again. Instead, Nate gets to shoot his way through a bunch of soldiers who survived the massive propane train explosion. Those soldiers, I have to imagine, are getting paid very well, very, very well, to still care this much about murdering a single guy. Once all their butts are kicked, Nate passes out in the snow, just as he's approached by what appears to be a local Tibetan Sherpa.
Hello, Mr. Crow.
It's Greg! This really is just Tomb Raider. So this man brings Nate back to his home, where he nurses Nate back to health. Though the two don't speak each other's language, the man says a lot of Tibetan words to Nate without stopping, as though Nate does understand. It's really weird.
Hi, my name is... Huh? My name is... What? My name is... Chicka Chicka Slim Shady. Excuse me, can I have the attention of the class?
This is good.
Kids, do you like the violence? They want to see me stick 9-inch nails into each one of my eyelids?
Okay, that's good. I could listen to that all day. Once fully conscious, Nate follows the man through the man's village, where they arrive at a house wherein we find Elena. She's comfortable around all of these natives, indicating that she's probably been here a while, and thankfully, she speaks Tibetan, which, as it turns out, is really helpful in Tibet.
I bet.
Elena introduces Nathan to a man named Carl Schaefer. 72 years ago, Carl also arrived at this village during a trek to find the entrance to Shambhala. The old man seems eager to help Nate on his quest. However, Nate drops a bombshell. He's through with all this treasure-seeking nonsense. Apparently, this train fiasco was enough to knock the motivation right out of him.
And that old man's like,
Oh, you're gonna let the little train dangling keep you from finding the rare shiny? Wow, back in my day, we didn't even have trains. We had to walk across Tibet barefoot and defeat all the bad guys with a martial art known as the Tibetan White Crane, because we didn't have guns. We also didn't have maps and never found any treasure or Shambhala, but we didn't let that stop us from making up shit about it.
Back in my day, when we were treasure hunting, we didn't even have treasure to hunt.
We were just looking around for nothing.
And we knew it, and we liked it that way. You kids these days always need something solid, something actual to find. Boo. In an effort to reignite Nate's passion, the man reveals that the Chintamani stone is in fact much more powerful than Nate could ever realize. Powerful conquerors of the past, including Tamerlane and Genghis Khan, possessed just a sliver of the stone, meaning that if Lazarevich finds the full stone, then the entire world could truly be in trouble.
Yeah, turns out that the people who created TikTok also have a little bit of it.
Yeah, I already said Genghis Khan. Nate isn't, because I'm saying he created TikTok. Nate isn't convinced. Despite the magic dust zombies from his earlier adventures in Uncharted 1, Nate somehow has a hard time believing in this magic that Carl insists is real. I don't get it. So to help persuade Nate, Carl offers to let Nate see the resting place of his failed expedition. He insists that what Nate will find will be evidence enough to motivate Nate again. Tenson, the Greg-like native guy who found Nate in the snow, is assigned to lead Nate to find the remains of Carl's expedition.
Come on, Mr. Nathan Uncharted. On we go.
The trek up a nearby mountain is arduous, full of icy cliffs, deep chasms, giant goat-horned man-beasts, a clock tower temple-type building full of button puzzles, and eventually the bodily remains of Carl's expedition.
And to your left are giant goat-horned man-beasts.
Wait, Greg. Did you say giant goat-horned beasts?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Cool. Can I poke it with a stick?
Maybe. Maybe not. Up to you.
Yeah. we're gonna skip right past those giant goat horned man beasts because according to Nate's only comment on them, which was "What the hell are those things?" they aren't worth much more than a passing acknowledgement. We'll probably learn more about them later.
Probably. Okay.
Near one of the found bodies, Nate finds more of the blue resin used to light torches, as well as a book that helps him deduce two things. One, Carl Schaefer killed his own men here. And two, he killed them to prevent them from turning into giant goat-horned man beasts from earlier. See, I told you that we'd probably learn more about those pesky things. They gun their way through a few more of the goat-horned men, barely surviving with their own lives, only to escape the mountain temple topside to look down to the valley to see Tenzin, the Sherpa's entire village, in flames.
Oh, goodness. She's a-burning.
They rush down and learn from Elena that the fire is Lazarevich's doing, of course.
Sorry, I just cracked myself up with Greg. He's just the best. But Elena probably didn't need to tell us that. We could have guessed that on our own. But it is dry season, and there's a burn ban after 4 p.m., so you really never know. You really just never know.
If we know anything about Lazarevich, he obeys laws. Nate and Tenzin, with the help of the village locals, blast their way through Lazarevich's soldiers. And might I say, they do it pretty well. So well that eventually Lazarevich brings in a fucking tank into the mix.
What?
Yeah, but Lazarevich, he really is a madman if he thinks Nate can't single-handedly destroy a measly tank. I mean, sure, it does take a while for the tank to go boom, but Nate's a predator. He likes to toy with his food, you know?
Yeah, and tanks, of course, notoriously rich in fiber, so.
He's going to be pooping well tonight. Unfortunately, after all the bad guys' butts are drained of blood, they discover that Carl Schaefer has been taken by surviving soldiers. So Nate and Elena jump into a truck and join the convoy currently leaving the village so that they can rescue their weird old dude friend.
Back in my day, we had to kidnap old men by slinging them over our backs and walking barefoot up steep mountainsides while they weakly kicked and vocalized their fears because of how old and malnourished they were. We didn't have convoys.
They cannot simply drive to the front of the convoy, of course, so Nate leverages a recently learned lesson from his train cart hopping days and decides to hop along the roofs of the cars. Having had a lot of practice recently jumping along the moving cars of a train, Nate's truck-to-truck jumping progresses nicely. He eventually reaches the lead truck, where unfortunately a man with an RPG shoots that truck off the road. Thankfully, the convoy had all but arrived at their destination, a monastery atop a mountain, meaning the trek from post-RPG wreckage to Carl's captors is a pretty short jaunt.
And it seems like Elena and Nate could have just followed the convoy from a distance until they arrived at the monastery, thus saving lots of ammo and potentially their own lives. And they could have saved a little time to actually sit down and play one of those RPGs.
Yes, but what kind of video game would that be?
Which part?
I guess the RPG part of the convoy. I don't know. So this video game, it just keeps being great by shoving Nate and Elena directly into more firefights once they reach the monastery. They duck and they cover their way to the tallest tower of the monastery, where they see Lazarevich moving Schaefer into a tower.
Makes you wonder, how are they not already in the tower? You'd think the firefight would have slowed Nate and Elena down at least a little bit.
My guess, and it's just a guess, is that Lazarevich he's just a lover of nature, you know, and he insists on stopping every 5 feet to catalog the local flora.
On a snowy mountain? What kind of flora exists there?
I don't know, local kinds. So Nate and Elena have their next destination. It's a tall tower in the distance. They snipe a clear path to the tower, and upon entering its courtyard, they prompt yet another barrage of baddies and bullets, a barrage they do eventually subdue. Further up the tower, Nate suddenly stops and points to a nondescript door that looks exactly like the dozens of doors they've passed so far and declares, "That must be where they are holding Schaefer." To which Elena regrettably does not respond with, "How the fuck do you know that?" You missed an important character development moment, Naughty Dog. So let us at Tales Incorporated Corporation help you. "Excuse me, Nathan. How the fuck do you know that?"
You see, Elena, you can see the door. You see the door sweep at the bottom. You see how the dust is mildly displaced off to the side. Clearly, that door has been opened recently. That must be where someone is hiding.
But the doors that we have opened up all also have dust shifted.
You see this knob? Feel it. It's kind of warm, like someone's recently had their gooey palm over it. Clearly, that's a door that's been opened recently, very clearly.
Yeah, you just grabbed it. When you said, "See this doorknob?" You touched it. Made it warm. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's two really good points right there. You see how... I just ran away. Like a cartoon. Actually, I just made the noise. I'm still here. So look at the door again. I realized that didn't work. You tell me, what do you think when you look at this door? Huh?
I think, hear me out. I think this is the door the bad guys went in. Huh?
Me too.
I don't know why you didn't say that earlier.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Oh, you were saying that. Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Okay, we got to communicate more. I mean,
I thought you wanted a reason.
This is our second game together. We should really know each other better than this.
Lance was the camera guy's name. I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, Kodak, you mean? Okay. Anyway, they shoot their way to the door. They open it. Yeah, it's unlocked for some reason. To find Carl Schaefer dying on the ground. He uses his deathbed time to monologue some motivation about never giving up and getting the dagger back from Lazarevich, which feels like a waste of breath, considering both of those things are kind of already known.
Yeah, and he wastes a lot of breath, too. His whole dying monologue is like, "Listen, Nathan, back when I was a young boy, I wanted a pet beaver. And my dad told me no, I couldn't have a pet beaver because their sharp teeth are dangerous. We didn't have any real enclosure that would be suitable for a beaver to live happily. I was distraught over this, Nathan, but I wasn't deterred. I searched for years for the finest beaver around. Gone beaver hunting was even a bumper sticker I placed on the back of my hiking backpack because we didn't have bumpers back then, just rickshaws. But one day...
You can stop. No, okay.
I'm still going. And one day I found... No, I got plenty of life left in me, don't worry. I found a sweet little beaver. Oh, poor little guy had his leg caught in some rocks. I approached him slowly. Oh, he gnashed, he hissed. That was me doing the beaver. I'm fine. I'm terribly... He was terribly afraid of me.
Maybe you can stop.
No, I got plenty left.
Okay.
And he was terrible. This poor beaver was worried. I was worried sick about his leg. And knowing what I had to do, I shot him 4 or 5 times. Bow, 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 bow. Then I brought him home.
Rush of energy there.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. He remained stuffed on my mantle for years, Nathan. I still keep his teeth with me at all times. Yeah, hold out your hand. Hold out your hand there.
No.
Hold out your hand. Hold it all the way out. I'm going to give you these lucky beaver teeth. They are super...
Hold out your hand.
Super duper lucky teeth, Nathan. Look at me. Look at me in my eyeballs. I've lived to be... I did 72... I'm like 100... I'm 192 years old. I'm in great shape. So never give up, Nathan Drake. Get that FERBA from was it Shaquille O'Neal? You can do it, Nathan. And he dies. He died.
Oh man, I can't imagine that Schaefer dying. Like if he had not said, "Don't give up," I can't imagine Nate being like, "Well, he's dead. And he didn't tell me not to give up, so I guess I'm giving up." I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat, man.
That's true.
Nate's getting more and more high as this episode goes on.
He does sound like he's a Jimmy or a Bibby all of a sudden.
When in Tibet, man, do as the Tibetans do, man. Smoke weed is what I'm saying. Smoke weed every day.
Oh, I get, yeah.
So Nate and Elena, they split up for this final stretch of our adventure, with Elena leaving to scope out some secret entrance to Shambhala, which resides in this very monastery, thankfully. Nate's goal is to get the dagger back. So Nate guns his way through more soldiers until reaching a puzzle room where Lazarevich and Harry Flynn are mid-conversation. Lazarevich isn't happy with Flynn's lack of progress in this puzzle room, which of course means that as soon as the two dumb bad guys leave the puzzle room, smart Nate will enter and solve it within minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is pretty much how things go down, except that Chloe shows up after Harry leaves, giving some important alone time with Chloe and Nate.
Oh.
Chloe happens to have the dagger. That's convenient. So she gives it to Nate. And, well, that's it for this important alone time. There's no discussion of Chloe's strange behavior from earlier.
Where did she get that dagger, though?
I don't know. So Nate solves the puzzle, which opens a door at the top of the tower, which overlooks a construction zone of sorts, in the center of which is a manhole-style entrance that Nate declares is the secret entrance to Shambhala. That's good and convenient news.
I swear to God, I don't have a lower back tattoo that says manhole-style entrance. I don't have it. People keep asking me, do I have it? I don't have that. Just set the record straight.
Nate radios Elena to meet him at the entrance. Of course, there are dozens more bad guy asses to blast before they can safely open the entrance to Shambhala. So they do that. Then they stick the golden dagger into the golden dagger-shaped slot in the manhole cover, which then opens a door across the tower courtyard. And where there's new distance created in an Uncharted game, there's waves of asses to blast.
Yeah.
In this case, the asses include those belonging to the weird goat monster mutants we experienced earlier. They're back.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So once inside we'll call it a foyer to Shambhala, there's another puzzle to solve. But that's not all. Lazarevich shows up with Chloe in tow, now a hostage, as it seems Lazarevich has seen through her charade.
Oh.
Charade?
Sure.
Charade?
Sure.
Let's do that one. How could Nate, Elena, and now Chloe possibly escape this interesting situation?
Well, first, Nate pulls out his lucky beaver teeth.
Ugh. Well, like with most of the story beats in Uncharted games, our heroes, I just got an image of him like not understanding what they're for and thinking that he's supposed to like wear them. So like for the entire game, he's just, go, come on, Elena. Let's do that. But he's also super high, so he's like, check out my sweet teeth, Elena. He's sucking back spit the whole time.
Oh, that's so good.
So, like with most of the story beats in Uncharted games, our heroes don't immediately escape. Instead, they comply with the bad guys until there's a better time to escape. The story loops for Uncharted games are quite consistent, but always still interesting. So complying, in this case, involves Harry and Nate having to work together to traverse a crumbling expanse underground. Lots of pushing rocks, jumping across chasms, and dodging fire. This is a great callback to the cooperation we experienced earlier in the game. Harry even says at one point,
just like the good old days, eh?
Eventually, the two arrive at another puzzle room where, to nobody's surprise, Harry is worthless. Nate solves the puzzle, which opens a few doors. Out of them pour a bunch of the giant goat-horned man-beasts. The battle is long and hard. And just when it seems the odds are against them, Lazarevich, of all people, shows up to even the odds with a shotgun. Of course, our villain hasn't turned good. He simply wants Nate alive. Ever the psychopath, Lazarevich wants to keep Nate alive long enough for him to seize Shambhala and to die knowing that Lazarevich has taken it from him.
Man, bad guys just never learn to punctuate the sentence when they have the chance. They, much like Nathan with a tank, just love to play with their food.
Lazarevich's men open the gate. Shambhala is glorious. Colorful vegetation sprouts from the ground and sprouts from walls of intricate stone towers and bridges. Shambhala is a jungle paradise. Unfortunately for Lazarevich, it's a jungle paradise full of more blue-skinned mutated monsters who don't take kindly to trespassers.
Right.
Suddenly, everyone is under attack, which allows Nate, Elena, and Chloe to escape their captors, but doesn't free them from having to fight their way through hordes of blue-skinned mutated monsters. they battle their way to the Chintamani Stone.
Finally.
Wait, false alarm. Sorry. It says here it's not the Chintamani Stone.
Damn. Gosh.
Yeah. Or at least it's not the Chintamani Stone in the way that we've been led to believe. Nate realizes that the Chintamani Stone isn't actually a stone after all. Rather, it's a crystallized sap from the Tree of Life. The resin Nate has been lighting on fire all this time is actually small fragments from the Tree of Life's sap. And those blue-skinned monsters, those are humans who became mutated after eating the tree sap. And Nate's brain? Yeah, it's still coming to those crazy conclusions that don't seem logical at all, but somehow always turn out correct.
Huh. And the beaver teeth this whole time? Actually beaver teeth.
Once Nate finishes saying all these crazy things out loud, a wounded Harry appears behind him, confirming all those crazy things. He has in his hand a live grenade, which he sets off. Our three heroes escape, but not without Elena getting wounded to the point where she needs Chloe to help her walk.
Walkward.
Boo. We are in the final leg of our journey.
Well, I see what you did there. Oh, man.
And Nate must find Lazarevich and stop him before the villain can, I don't know, I guess eat a bunch of Chintamani stone sap.
Ugh.
He finds Lazarevich at the roots of the Tree of Life, just as the crazy man drinks in a handful of sap. Scars on Lazarevich's face instantly heal, showing us just how potent this magical sap can be. But Nate also shows us how potent this magical sap can be by reminding us all that it is quite flammable. As Lazarevich chases Nate, Nate shoots large formations of sap, essentially detonating them. A few explosions later, and Lazarevich is dead.
Got him.
This single fight somehow causes all of Shambhala to start crumbling away. This is good for the endgame, as an escape sequence is always pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's bad for narrative logic, though. But then again, logic isn't this series' strength.
No.
So the three escape Shambhala. Elena heals. Chloe comes to terms with Nate choosing Elena. Sully shows up for some reason, and the credits roll.
And no one ever mentions Lance. Gosh dang.
As it should be.
Man.
What a turd that guy probably was. I don't know. We never really learned much about him. Oh, man. What do you think of this one?
I enjoy it quite a bit. I also just love when Sully shows up. He does, when he comes into the game, when he comes into a scene, he does, I feel like he's just the fun guy. He's like, hey there, kiddo, what's going on? Like, he's always got a pep in his step. Even he could be taking bullets. He's like, how's it going, kiddo? I just got shot 4 or 5 times. I just like him a lot. But, yeah, overall, pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of action here.
Yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit. I enjoy it quite a bit more than the first one. The second one is definitely a great game. And I can forgive a lot of the crazy story twists and turns because it's a fucking video game. You know what? We give it shit. That's what we do here at Tales. Mm-hmm. But it's a fucking video game, and we love it.
So video gamey. Man, the whole series, though, I mean, playing through them for this podcast series that we're doing, it's crazy, the action beats and sequences. It almost seems like there would be no room for story because you're just constantly almost like you're jumping out of an airplane or jumping along the tops of trains or clinging onto this or climbing that or whatever. And you kind of forget until you go back through here that, yeah, there's somewhat of a narrative here. I mean, it's all very Indiana Jones basic plot, but it's still fun enough to hold my interest. So I do like it.
That's true. It does speak to, I think, how good the writers are. They, even though we make fun of the story, we make fun of it for its video gaminess, but the story itself, they get a lot of mileage out of very few interactions and very few lines. Anytime there's two characters in a scene together talking, what they're saying is important, and it reveals a lot about their characters that really keep the sort of narrative moving and the conflict and tension moving, which is super impressive and super awesome. So I do definitely give the whole series credit for that, for sure.
Yeah. It makes you wonder how we had multiple hours of content for this podcast about Tomb Raider. Where Laura's just by herself shooting wild animals, and we made up characters just so she would have someone to bounce off of.
I would bet if we were to go back and listen to those episodes, we probably made way more fun of the game itself rather than the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, we got excited. Anytime anybody else came on screen, we made them a full character. Like, there was the guy in the shed where she pulls up on the snowmobile, and that was like a whole 5-minute bit.
That's true.
We took advantage of all those opportunities. But here, I mean, they, like you said, there's a lot of interactions. There's even a bit of a saucy love triangle. And I feel like and I don't know if they had the whole narrative planned out from the beginning. I doubt it. They probably went game to game and just kind of, based it on whatever they were feeling at the time. But I always get the feeling at any point Sully's going to turn. I just always waiting for that moment where Sully's like, well, kiddo, I'm going to have to shoot you in the face and take all your treasure. But so far, so good. So,
yeah. And also, love triangle sounds like an uncomfortable device.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that would fit. I feel like the shape.
Very strong shape, the strongest shape, so it can support some weight. But you're right. Don't have a triangle-shaped receptacle on me. And that's my problem with the whole thing.
That's why you get the love triangle. It'll make any of your holes triangle-shaped. If you push hard enough.
That's got to be an ad in the next episode. But all right, well, that's been our thoughts. That's been the story of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. And we're going to conclude it here. You can hang around for next week. We're going to be dropping the next episode, Uncharted 3, Drake something or another. I'll have to look at it to remember it. Drake something or another is probably what it's called. But that's going to do it for this game. So again, please be sure to subscribe. You know how the internet works. Make sure that you get this podcast every time it comes out. However, you're able to do that.
And wherever you're able to get this podcast, go ahead and rate us on that app and review us. That would be super, super, super great. We need more reviews to read as some of our favorite characters, which closely correlates to some of the most annoying characters. So if you want to hear Hi Nate read a review, man, go ahead and submit that. You can also reach out to us on Twitter if you want to, and just give us some feedback on the episodes, chat with us about the episodes if you like, or tell us what games we should do. I don't know. Just tell us something. You can reach out to at Tales Lesser. That's the show handle. You can reach out to me specifically at Caleb J. Ross, or you can reach out to Trav specifically at Trav Plays Games.
Yes, we'll be eager to hear from you. We may have some reviews to read next episode. I'll have to look. But you can also send us an angry email about anything that Caleb mispronounced or anything that we got wrong throughout the entire script, which Caleb wrote. You can send those over to polyandkillpodcast@gmail.com. And the thing is, even if Caleb got it wrong, I get the email, so I have to read them. So we're both going to have to be subject to your vitriol. Please send all that on. We love to read it.
As we both know, my favorite thing in the world is to write words that I can't pronounce. That seems unnecessary, but I love it.
It is fun. And you can go to polymedianetwork.com for more stuff. We got more podcasts over there. We got more coming out, too. This summer should be good for the network. And remember the intro and outro theme by Brad Sucks. Please check out Brad Sucks. You can check him out on Spotify. It's pretty popular. You can find him over there. And he released a new album a while back. You can check that out along with his old stuff, too. He's great.
Thank you all so much for listening.
And the tale has been told.